as he got picked to the Big 9 team on the defense. Only a sophomore. So it'll be a 3rd down and 3 situation here as the snow is coming down. As you can see on your TV screen, it started about 5 minutes before kickoff time. Fairly hard here. Spranger back to pass. He's looking. He's firing it out. And the completion is to Dawkins. Across the 35 to the 36-yard line, enough for the 1st down.
Well, Dawkins making a nice catch there. The throw was a little bit low, but Dawkins diving, brought it in with his arms and cradled it in his stomach and hit the ground, and a nice gain for Park High School, and it's 1st down.
Coming into the ball game, Spranger completing 33 of 57 passes for 684 yards, a 57.8 percentage ratio, 7 touchdowns. 1st down and 10 at the 36. And the handoff to Moss. He goes to the outside. He's got a little bit of an opening. Close. He's going to be about a half a yard short of the 1st down marker that time. Looked like he was a little upset with himself that time, John. He thought he might have picked up a little bit more, but he just slipped out there.
Yeah, it looked like he slipped right at the end of the run, or he could have gone a little bit farther. I'm very happy so far that the first few downs, Park High School seems to be controlling the line of scrimmage.
Well, and they did that a week ago in that game against Washington. Washington coming up with the big plays, but Park really controlling that whole football game up in Milwaukee. 2nd down and less than a yard to go. Spranger with a handoff. Moss again. He fights his way for the 1st down yardage. Up, no, close to the 50-yard line. Let's mark it at the 49. Still in Waukesha South territory, but Park with another 1st down.
He looked like he really ran strong that time. He had some determination on his mind. It looked like he ran very hard to get across that, and it's another 1st down.
A little bit of that fire in his eye, much like he had in the first playoff game. You got to remember, John, too, this is a last home game for Brent Moss in his high school career, so not only to get a chance to go up to Madison once again, he wants to do good in front of all these home fans here tonight. 1st down and 10 at the 49. Dawkins in motion. The flip is back to Dawkins. He's got some blockers in front of him, but great pursuit by Waukesha South that time and a loss of yardage. Coming up to make the tackle, number 47, Mike Green, a senior at 5'11", 165 pounds. You know, John, one interesting statistic we talked about at the top of the show with Waukesha South with their defense. So far this season, 485 plays have been run against them, counting 95 incompleted passes. 310 have been for 3 yards or less, including 61 for losses. So that defense really doing the job for the Black Shirts. Back to pass, pressured, and slipping was Dawkins, but great pressure put on. Coming in to apply the pressure, number 82, Craig Elliott, 6'2", 170 pounds. He is a junior.
Well, Spranger was rushed very hard there, and he didn't see the people coming behind him to make the tackle, and he was hit as he released the ball and made the ball very wobbly, and it was wide open there for a minute. It was anybody's ball, but luckily for Park, none of the Black Shirts were around there to intercept.
So it's a 3rd down and 11, 7:58 left to go here in the first quarter of play. We have no score. Spranger with the pitch to Moss. A little bit of an opening, and he is going to be short of the 1st down yardage, but not by much. Moss that time with some good blocking up in front.
Well, that pitch sweep has been so good to Park High School all season long, and again, they're using it with Moss this game, and that seems to be where their most yards are coming. Now, if they continue running that until Waukesha tries to stop it, then they can start going other places. But it seems that right now that's the bread and butter play for Park.
4th down and 2 situation. You know who they're going to key on in this situation. And the handoff to Moss again. He fights his way, and it looks like he's got that 1st down. For a second, it looked like he might be a little bit short, but that great effort, that great leg work, and watch it again here, John. He just kept fighting with his legs and got over the 45, and he got the 1st down.
Okay, watch the handoff here. He's hit right on the line, right there, and it looks like he's going to be stopped, but there's the determination of Brent Moss, and he goes ahead for 3 yards, and a beautiful run by Brent to get that 1st down, and Park High School continues to move.
At the 37-yard line, 1st down and 10 for Park. And the handoff, a fumble, and Reese just getting that ball popping out of his hands, and he just got it back, and he picked up close to maybe 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced right off of his chest. He even signaled there with his hand coming back to the huddle. It looked like it bounced right off of him, and luckily his arms were extended and it went right into his hands, and he pulled it back in and still got a gain out of it.
So a pickup of 4 on the play. It's inside the 35-yard line at the 34, 2nd down and 6. We approach the 6-minute mark here of the first quarter of play. And the handoff to Moss. He's got an opening into the secondary, and he fights for a little more extra yardage at time as he gets close to the 20-yard line.
Again, the front line for Racine Park doing the job, getting him past that line of scrimmage. And once he gets past that line of scrimmage, he can motor. All right, let's see here. Spranger hands off to Moss, goes up the left side there through the line of scrimmage where nobody even touched him, and then he goes into the secondary where Waukesha has to make the stop. So nice blocking again by that front line of Park High School. Let's give them some credit. That time it was Darren Anderson, the center, and Dan Anderson, the left guard, and Solomon Hutcherson, the left tackle, doing a beautiful job of getting that hole there for Brent Moss.
And Waukesha South takes a timeout on the field. While we have a timeout, let's take a run down the officials in this ball game. They are from the Madison area. Referee is Mike Nicholson, umpire Jim Voigt, linesman Pete Burke, and line judge Brian Kerbrick.
And they are not strangers to Park High School. They had the championship game last year in Madison. Same officials against Superior.
Don't miss Comedy's Dirtiest Dozen. The film you won't see on HBO or Showtime is now on pay-per-view Saturday, November 4th. Tune in Preview Channel 1 or call the telecable office for information on how to order this all-star comedy lineup. The ball is sitting at the 22-yard line where it's a 1st down and 10 situation. I think Waukesha South, John, at that point, they just wanted to stop the momentum of Park here and get that defense in gear.
Well, they certainly have the momentum going here. Such a sustained drive. There's 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go, so they've had it half the quarter already.
Spranger is back to pass. He's looking. He fires, and it's over his intended receiver coming out of from his end position, number 86. Jason Case, 6 foot, 165-pound junior.
And Jason was open. The play was there, but Spranger just simply overthrew him.
And he had Dawkins about 5 yards a little bit further from him that time. Nice crowd on hand here tonight at Horlick Field. This side of the field is completely filled, I believe, and looking around. And the other side is getting there.
Yeah, they're still coming in the gates. So I'm sure by the end of the quarter here, the stands will be filled on both sides.
Moss going to the outside. Great defense that time coming up. About 3 players from Waukesha South to bring down Moss. He lost a yard on the play. So again, it'll be a 3rd down and about 11.
It seems like the left side of Park High School's line there, or I should say the right side of the Waukesha defensive line. Now, when we try to go pitch sweep, they're very strong over there. It seems like we can go right a little bit easier.
Well, one of the people over there is Sean Duff, who everybody has been running against the other side. He is a great two-way performer for the Black Shirts. 3rd down and 11 situation. Spranger back to pass, looking, firing, open is Dawkins. He's got it at the 10, he's to the 5, he's in for a touchdown.
Beautiful play by Park High School. Again, Dan Spranger having plenty of time to throw that ball. He shows a lot of poise, gets back into the pocket, releases the ball. One of his favorite receivers, J.C. Dawkins, wide open. Nice blocking to get him past the goal line, and he's in for the 6 points. So with 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the first quarter, Park High School gets first blood here and scores a touchdown.
So the extra point try here coming up now by Jacqueline. The kick is up, and it is good, 7-0, and let's watch that touchdown one more time.
Okay, the replay here. There's Dan Spranger under center. Coming back, look at the time he has in the pocket. Plenty of time. Makes his throw, beautiful throw to J.C. Dawkins, who's wide open, and then goes into the end zone for the 6 points. A beautiful sustained drive by Park High School, really showing that their offense can move. Even against one of the best defenses in the state, they can move that ball.
So Witherspoon getting ready to tee that ball up and kick it off. Back to receive the deep man for the Black Shirts, number 31, Frank Gett. Leading rusher. Mike Green, number 47, on the far side of the field. 5:18, as John said, a great drive that time, as they used up half of the first quarter of play to get on the board. And the kick, it's a high kick into the wind, coming up at the 22 with a fumble, and the scramble is on. Let's see who's got it.
I think it's still alive. They're still going for it underneath the pile.
And they say that black shirts of Waukesha South recover. Dangerous play that time, John.
Okay, let's see the replay here, Rod, and see if Park High School, in fact, had their hands on the ball. Okay, there's the kick, and it just simply pops away from him. It looked like one of the black shirts was the first one on there. So Park was near there, but the black shirts had two people against one, and they happened to control the ball.
Looked like Getch coming up. He playing the deep position. Waukesha South, they play a lot of option type of an offense. And Altman running out to the side, and he is down. You know, John, one of the successes that Waukesha South has had about the last 3 weeks is that option with Altman running the ball. And we have seen time and time again this year, last year, that is one of the strong suits of Park's defense.
Well, I was talking to the defensive coach from Park High School, Mr. Chuck Ellis, and we were talking about their offensive set, and he says that they do a lot of shifting, and their quarterback, Altman, just loves to run with that ball. And as you said, that time he kept the ball, but a beautiful tackle by Reese.
Second down and 11 situation, back to pass, firing one off the hands of his intended receiver, Sean Duff, 6'6", 210 pounds. Duff has caught 23 passes this year for 3 touchdowns. Altman has scored 8 touchdowns this year in the passing department, has thrown 121 passes, completed 55 for 702 yards. So it's a third down and 11 situation. 4:21 left to go in the first quarter. Park up 7-0.
Big down here for Waukesha South. They're going to have to give up the ball if they don't get the rest here.
Altman back to pass once again. Going deep. Man open and just out of his hands. Incomplete. The pass. Shad Scherner. As we get a chance to see it again here, John.
Watch this throw by Altman. He's got a great arm there. He really rifles that ball, and it's right on the money. It hits him right in the hands, but he can't hold on to it, and it gets away. Nice throw. Look at that. Right there in his hands, but he drops it.
Had the man beat that time. Now Duff is going to be kicking, and he kicks that ball high. And the kick down here. Dawkins with the grab. He's going to come up the sidelines. Gets away from one tackle momentarily and gets up to the 42-yard line, and that's where they start. You know, Duff, a great kicker, and you could see that time, John, with the respect Park has on his kicking. In fact, Coach Dobbs said this week he kicks them so high in watching the game last week when they were up there. He said, I think about the only way we can defend against it is drop the football off a building, and then you get kind of used to being able to catch that ball.
Yeah, it's hard to judge it when it's that high. It's like playing center field in baseball. It takes a little while to adjust to those real high balls.
So Park, their second possession here. They have it at their own 42, first down and 10. 3:40 left to go in the first half. Moss, he's got an opening. He's across midfield, and down he goes.
And refusing to go down there. It looks like they had him. 2 people were holding on to him, yet he still wouldn't go down.
It's going to be very close to the first down.
Okay, here we go with Brent Moss taking the handoff from Danny Spranger. Through the right side, another beautiful hole by the right side of the offensive line. There he is. They're trying to hold him back, but he continues going forward.
Pickup of 10, a first down situation. And as you had mentioned before, John, that line really opening up a hole. You could see it that time. Park in Waukesha South's territory. They're at the 47-yard line. And this time, Reese, and he fights for some extra yardage, going down over the 45, down to the 44.
Well, straight ahead dive play. Reese showing some strength again to pick up those yards. What a strong runner he is. They really have a find in him, and he's a player of the future. I bet Phil Dobbs is just so happy to have him back.
Pickup of 3 on the play, second down and 7. The adjustment by Waukesha South. And the handoff goes to Moss. Turns the corner and a flag goes down. Our first penalty of the ball game, and let's see what it's going to be called on.
Well, I'm not going to guess, Ron, but
looks like a holding situation against Park, and that's what they're going to call.
That's what I thought it was, but
it was in that area, and let's see if we can pick it up here on the replay.
Right as Brent was turning the corner there, one of the, it looked like Reese was holding on. He's leading the blocking there. There it is, and I think that's what they did call.
So it's going to be a penalty against Park as the ball goes back to the 45-yard line, and it'll be a second down situation. Second down and let's call it about 17 on the play. Park, their second possession of this football game, scoring on their first possession. We're at 2:25 in the first quarter. Spranger, the misdirection and the fumble. And the scramble is on there. That ball popping right up back towards Dawkins. But it just squirted away, and Park recovers at the bottom of the pile.
Okay, let's see if we can see where the fumble happens. Spranger, oh, yeah, it was on the handoff. It looked like he didn't grab the ball or didn't have it in his grasp. It just bounced right off of his chest and down to the ground, and then Park luckily recovered it.
Dan Anderson, number 65, 6 foot, 190 pounds, a junior, recovered that. So it'll be a third down, picked up a couple of yards on the play. Third down and 15 for Park. As the snow lets up a little bit here. Spranger back to pass once again. And he tried to fight away from that inside part of the line, coming up to make the tackle, number 69, Steve Bochak, 5'10", 225 pounds, and Steve is a senior. Nice play that time.
Good defense by Waukesha South there. They had Spranger around the ankle. If he could have gotten away there, he would have gotten the first down on his own because there was no one around him. No one ahead of him to make the tackle.
Shad Shearer, number 43, is back, along with Dennis Nabok. The kick by Dawkins into the wind. Bouncing, and Shabak takes that ball, and he gets up close to the 37-yard line. So with 44 seconds left to go here in the first quarter of play with Park up on top, Waukesha South gets it one more time.
And I thought that was a good kick by J.C. Dawkins. It was kind of a line drive, and he got all the distance that he could out of that one. I thought that was a good kick against the wind.
First down at 10. Altman, the quarterback. As he hands that ball off to the first man through, and some nice yardage on his own there. Number 31 counterpart that time with Frank Getch. And Getch with the first down.
And he broke a couple of tackles himself as he got through that line of scrimmage. A couple of Park High School Panthers had shots at him, but he just tore away from them and got a first down.
Getch, a senior, 5'9", 170 pounds. He has scored 7 touchdowns this year. He has gained 856 yards. He is the main running back for this Waukesha South team. Right at the midfield stripe as we're down to 3, 2, 1 there. Are they going to get it off? No, they aren't. And that's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 our score. Park up on top. Back with the second quarter right after this. Seven to nothing our score. Park up on top of Waukesha South as we enter the second quarter of play along with John Palmgren. I'm Ron Shaw. Glad you're with us here on this semifinal WIAA Class A football game from Horlick Field tonight. Park scoring on their first possession. This is the second possession for Waukesha South in this ball game. And the handoff to getting around the outside and fighting for some extra yardage, and a nice run that time by Frank as he got to the outside and picked up close to 5 yards, maybe 6 on the play.
Yeah, he's a quality runner, Ron. He's really showing a lot of class here. The last 2 times he's had the ball, he's tough to bring down. It took 3 Panthers to stop him that time.
And it looked like they were going to bring him down for a minimal gain that time, and he just turned the corner, put his head down, and picked up 6 yards on the play. A 2nd down 4 situation. The Black Shirts are on the move. And the handoff, big hole once again. Carrying the ball that time, number 37, Dan Colander. Dan, a senior at 5'8", 170 pounds.
Well, it seems like Waukesha South here is gaining some confidence at the end of the first quarter. Now the beginning of the second, they seem to be controlling the line of scrimmage here.
You know, Jeff Trickey, the coach at Waukesha South, so proud of his football team this year. They lost 17 of 22 players, as we have mentioned before, from their team of a year ago. And these fellas have just developed a case of believing in themselves as the year has gone on. 1st down and 10 situation. Alton back to pass. He's looking, he's firing, and it's knocked out of bounds. A nice play by Dawkins that time.
Well, I thought Dawkins did an excellent job of covering his man there. He was open there for a second, but Dawkins closed the gap right at the last second and helped knock the ball away and made the pass incomplete.
A few of the fans over on the other side of the field thought there might be a pass interference on that, but it looked like Dawkins just reaching around and knocking that ball away. 2nd down and 10 situation. Long count here. And the handoff. And what a great misdirection that time. John, I guess that's a sign of a great running back with Getch that time. He looked to the right, saw the hole was filled, and he saw a big opening to the left, and he just scooted through and picked up the 1st down and more.
Well, that must be some type of a trap play, because that hole was so wide open up the middle, and he looked like he just pivoted. He plants his foot there and goes right up the middle, and it was wide open up the middle for Waukesha.
He gets down to the 21-yard line. 1st down and 10 situation. A nice drive by the Black Shirts. They have been in most of the games that they've played this year at 11-0. Obviously they would be, but they have won the 5 regular season games by 7 points or less. And a handoff that time, not a lot of running room, maybe a yard for Getch. That is an amazing figure, isn't it? In 5 regular season games this year, they have won those ball games by 7 points or less. I guess that's with a young team. As you develop during the year, you learn that you can win, and you're going to be in the ball game. You're going to be in those close ball games, and you just, as you have said, you just build up the confidence as you go along.
And you know how to win. That's what that means to me, is that they know what it takes to win, and they do exactly what they need to do.
2nd down 9 situation. And the fake handoff, and the pass is complete inside the 10. Spinning around, and the ball was taken away, but it's going to be whistled dead.
Yeah, the officials blew the whistle dead before the Park High School player took the ball away from him. But I'm now impressed with Waukesha South. They are being able to move the ball against Park here, and they've had that ball quite a few minutes, and they are really showing that they can run offense also.
The ball all the way down to the 7-yard line. 1st down and goal situation. Very impressive drive here by Waukesha South, as they have really done a nice job too of mixing up the plays. In motion, and the handoff straight up the middle. He gets down to the 5, carrying the ball, number 37, Colander. He gets inside the 5, maybe to the 4-yard line.
And I think Altman's doing a nice job of faking here in this series of plays. They're mixing the plays up very well, and he's doing a nice job of faking.
John Lockhart, number 70, 6'3", 220 pounds, a senior. 28 solo tackles, 37 assists. One of the players in on that tackle that time. 2nd down and goal situation at the 4. 8:50 left to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. And the handoff, second man through. And carrying the ball, Getch again as he gets down to close to the 2-yard line.
Well, Ron, I got fooled twice on that play. I thought the ball was handed off to 2 different people, and then I see Park High School making the tackle to the 3rd man who finally did get the ball. The first 2 people didn't have it.
As they move that ball back to the 3. So it's a 3rd down. 3rd and goal at the 3. And the second man through again is Get, and he is piled up. No gain whatsoever. In fact, he is driven back that time. Let's watch it again, John.
All right, tries to go right up the middle. A beautiful play there by number 75 of the Panthers. Ziegler doing a nice job of making that initial stop and using all his strength to push him back until some more Panthers get in and help him out.
Matt, 6 foot, 240 pounds, a senior. 51 solo tackles this year, 29 assists. So a timeout situation by Waukesha South. That is their 2nd timeout here in the first half. They have 1 more remaining. And again, this is a very crucial 4th down situation. They're about 2 yards short of the goal line. But what a wall that time by Park, is going right up the gut, and all you saw were blue shirts just driving him back.
Yeah, beautiful goal line stand by Park High School here. Now Waukesha has taken this timeout, and they're going to talk about the play they're going to use, and they want to make sure that it's run perfectly. 4th down, and what do we say, half a yard to go?
Well, I'm going to say at least a yard there.
A yard to go?
It looks like it's marked a little bit different than they have it marked on the sideline. At the 4th down situation, they're going to go for it here, trying to get back in, trailing by 7. And the crowd over on our side of the field, the Park fans trying to get the defense up here on this 4th down situation.
And the fans are really into this ball game.
As the snow picks up once again. And the handoff, driving his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Going through the right side, over Vaughn, number 77, the tackle, and into the end zone for the touchdown.
A 2-yard touchdown run. And it is 7-6.
Well, that was just a straight ahead, right off the right tackle and into the end zone for the 6 points, and now they're going to go for the tie here and try to kick that extra point.
Horlick going through the extra point try. The kick is up, and it is good. We are tied at the 7:50 mark of the first half. Let's watch this again, John, on the replay. Just a drive up the middle.
Okay, we see Altman, number 17, getting under the center. And the handoff, and right up the right side, and that was number 79, not 77. That was Doherty, the right tackle.
Dawkins and Talsma. Talsma has returned 3 touchdowns this year to the short man. And Reese carrying the ball, and he gets up to the 33-yard line. Good field position for Park as they will start over here.
A low kick by Waukesha, trying to keep it away from Moss and Talsma. It hits the ground, and Reese picks it up, bobbled it momentarily, and then took off to his left side. And Waukesha covers it. Now Parks takes over 1st and 10.
So the offense has gotten, I should say, Waukesha South back into this ball game, tying it up, and now they're putting the defense back out there to hold this explosive offense of Park. And the handoff to Moss. He fights away from 1 tackle. Going to the outside. He's got a little bit of an opening. He gets to the 40, inside the 40 to the 37-yard line.
Ron, I'm telling you, I saw a move I can't believe out there. Moss is prime time Moss tonight. I'm telling you, this guy has got it tonight. Wait till you see this replay.
30 yards on the play.
There he goes through the middle of the line. Right there is the move. Gets to the outside. and down the left side for a big gain, and Rod, that's a big-time move there.
30 yards on the play, a first down. The ball at the 36-yard line. And the handoff. Reese going up the middle over the 35 to the 34. Pick up a 3 on the play where it'll be second down and, or give them 4 on the play. Second down and 6. And the crowd really, as you had mentioned before, John, into this one tonight.
Well, we're seeing an exciting game here, Ron. This is what football is all about here.
And it's so great to see the fans or the Horlick field filled as it is tonight. Moss with the carry. Back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be a third down and 6 situation. No gain on the play.
That middle of that Waukesha defense is very tough. It's tough to get those yards straight ahead against Waukesha.
So another big third down situation for Park as we have 5:50 to go in the half. We will have Playing It Smart coming up at halftime. Dr. Robert Baum will be talking to the reigning Miss Wisconsin, Kimberly Total, at half. We want you to stick around for that. Third down situation. Lost to the outside. Runs over a couple of people, and he gets down close to the 30-yard line. Let's mark it to 31, where it'll be fourth down.
Again, we got to give Waukesha good commendations there on defense. They plugged off the outside there. The Park loves to run that pitch sweep around the left side, and that time that's their tough side of their line for Waukesha, I think. And they did a nice job of stopping Moss.
So it's a fourth down situation. Fourth down and about 5 to go here for the first down. Spranger back to pass. He's looking, he's firing, and out of the hands of Dawkins. He was open, he was between 3 defenders that time, and Spranger is down, and he was hit hard.
He really took a hit there. He's coming off what looked like his left arm. He's holding his left arm, his left hand, but he's shaking it off. But I give Dan Spranger credit there. He stood in there and took that blow, and he threw that ball, and it was right there, but JC just couldn't hold on to it that time.
You know, and that was not an easy pass to throw that time, as he was more or less throwing it against the grain and in between 3 defenders that time, and Dawkins just could not hold on.
Did I say Dawkins? I think that was Jacklin.
I thought it was Dawkins myself. Yeah, it was Dawkins, number 24.
Okay, I saw 4 there for a minute. I thought it was 84.
4:50 to go in the first half. Waukesha South, who did not have the ball much in the first quarter of play, getting the ball here and a nice drive down the field, controlling the second quarter so far, and they get it one more time here. And the defense here for Park now. The pressure's on them. Altman giving it to Getch, and Getch breaking away from 1 tackle, and a loss of yardage turns into a gain about 6.
That looked like he was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but then he just kept going, and he wasn't going to be stopped. Okay, there's the man in motion for Waukesha. Altman coming over. There's the hit as soon as he got the ball, but then he bounced off of him and kept going forward in a nice run.
And Lockhart, with that block that time, he did not realize that he had the ball. It looked like he just was blocking him, and then all of a sudden he got by him and he realized he had the balls. Gain of 6, second and 4. Back to pass, the option, and he is going to be thrown back to the original line of scrimmage. Great pursuit that time. Coming up to make the tackle was Talsma.
Okay, good defensive play by Talsma here. There's the fake handoff, and he's going to go around the left side, but Talsma coming up, and his job is to make sure that he doesn't get to the outside, and he made a tackle. He fought off that one blocker and made the tackle, and a nice play by Matt Talsma.
Loss of 3 on the play. It'll be a third down and 7 situation here. In motion once again, and Altman going back to pass. He's got a man open. He is complete, but he's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down. Great coverage that time by Park, coming up to make the tackle, number 61. Fuentes, who has 43 solo tackles so far this year, John, make it 44 and 52 assists. Great one-on-one coverage that time.
Well, he was covering his area. That's his area against the pass, and he was right there. And after the pass was complete, he made the tackle and did not allow them that first down.
And he gets a win this time, or punting against the win, as the ball going out of bounds. Boy, that came close of hitting Shad Smith that time. He kind of ducked there. The ball popping away, and it bounces out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Well, Park will have it. 2:35 left to go in the first half. We are tied at 7. Park with all three timeouts remaining here in the first half. Waukesha South with just one remaining.
Well, we have to say this is pretty good field position, and especially with the wind here, we hope we can use the wind with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
Dawkins in motion. And the pitch to Moss. Gets through a little bit of a hole and fights his way up to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 2. Make it 3 on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 7.
You know, we talked about what a good defensive team that Waukesha South is. One thing that we have to say is that Moss is getting through that line of scrimmage very easily tonight. But we're used to seeing him once he gets through, is going for big yardage. That's not happening tonight. Waukesha does a nice job on defense of pursuit, getting that angle and making those tackles so he doesn't get those big gains.
And they are keying on him as well, too. 2nd down, 7 situation. Back to pass. He's looking. He's got a man over the middle. It is. Now I believe that time it's Jacqueline. It is. First down at the 45. Let's watch it again.
And look at the time that he has. Spranger has just plenty of time to set up and throw the ball here. Great protection by Park High School.
And Dan is throwing that ball well, too, John. He just threaded the needle there again between a couple defenders for Waukesha South.
Nice catch by Ben Jacqueline, and then Park High School now is another first down.
1:30 left to go here in the first half. They have it at the 45. The handoff to Moss. He breaks away from one tackle as he fights his way down. He gets the first down and picks up 13 on the play.
Okay, and Spranger calls a timeout right away. Here's a handoff to Brent, gets through that line of scrimmage. Now watch him give that shoulder, and you have to say you don't see that too often where one person brings down Brent Moss. So a good tackle and a nice run by Brent Moss.
So Park uses their first timeout here in the first half of play at 1:24 mark.
What's up?
The ball at the 32-yard line.
Hey, man, look, you little kid.
We have basketball coming up on Tuesday night, December 12th. It's our season opener. Boys basketball action from Lutheran High School as Prairie takes on Lutheran in a Midwest Classic Conference ball game. That'll be coming your way at 10:30 on Tuesday, December 12th. As you get a chance to see the crowd on hand here, and you also see a new press box that has been built especially for tonight. Good people over at Park more or less kind of put an addition on to the one, although there is a space in
Well, we
between.
have to give credit to the Racine Raiders too. The Racine Raiders certainly helped foot the bill for that.
First down situation. Spranger back to pass. He's got a lot of time firing it down there, and it is picked off. Picking that ball off was Bill Altman. He just waited for that ball. The third interception thrown by Spranger this season. And with 1:15 in the first half of play, Waukesha South gets it again.
Okay, Danny with plenty of time here, but he releases the ball. And after he releases the ball, Altman just steps in front of that offensive player and just picks it off. And then is knocked out of bounds. So Waukesha takes over with a minute, and it's counting down.
19-yard line where they have the ball as the snow picks up once again. First down situation. And the carry getting up close to the 25-yard line. A pickup of almost 5 on the play. Get again with the carry. Coming up to make the tackle, Clark for Park. Greg Clark. 5'8", 140 pounds. He is a junior. What a great year he has had, John. 27 solo tackles, 25 assists, and he really has come into his own for this Park Panther defensive unit.
Well, and he takes over for Dan Miller, who was injured early in the season.
And Getch again, as he bounces off one player, fighting his way, and he's got the first down and a couple more as the ball is at the 32-yard line, and Waukesha South with 10 seconds left to go here in the half calls a timeout. Nice run again.
Well, he's such a strong runner here. Watch him bounce right off of Greg Clark here, who may come up and make the initial contact, but he bounced right off of him, and then he tried to go the inside, and then the pursuit by the Panthers, 3 or 4 of them, and brought him down. So they call timeout with 10 seconds left to go in the half.
And again, they are going against the wind here in the second quarter of play. As strategy is being talked about here. Tell you what, coming into this ball game, you got to be impressed with the game plan of Waukesha South.
Well, I'm impressed with Waukesha South. They're an excellent team here. I guess I'm surprised offensively. I didn't expect this much out of them offensively. You know, we've heard what it's such a great defense they've had, but they're having a good night on the other side of the football too.
With 10 seconds left to go. And the handoff, Getch again. Breaking away from a couple of tackles, trying to fight his way out of bounds. And he gets to the 35-yard line, 1 second, and that is it. The first half of play, 7-7, our score at half. We are tied up, and we'll have the rundown of the scoring in the first half. We will have playing it smart, and a lot more coming up at half. Right, a little bit longer than that. Park will be kicking off. Witherspoon teeing it up as that snow coming down very hard once again. Along with John Palmgren, I'm Ron Shaw, and we are glad you are with us here tonight. South had deferred their choice till the second half of play, and John, it looks like it was a wise decision.
Well, they're going to get the ball here to start the second half, but Park is kicking with the wind, so hopefully they can get it deep enough and not give them good field position to start.
And it's a high kick. Get with the ball straight up the middle. He's got some running room as he gets up to the 30-yard line, and that's where they're going to start. First down and 10.
I think that's pretty good field position. That was a pretty good kick by Witherspoon, and he brought it back 15 yards, so a 15-yard return. I think that's good field position for Waukesha to start here.
South with control of this ball game really in the second quarter of play, and boy, they are charging up to the line there that time. And let's see now here what the defense was talked about at halftime as they try to shut down the offense of South. And carrying the ball that time, number 37, Colander, Dan Colander. He is a senior, 5'8", 170 pounds, as he picks up a yard, maybe a little bit more on the play where it'll be second down. You know, we had the Moss meter at halftime, John, and showed what he did for the year. As we said, he rushed for 2,052 yards and 29 touchdowns. Waukesha South, as a team, and we'll talk about it right after this play on a second down and 9 situation. Altman back to pass, firing it over the middle and out of the hands of his intended receiver that time, Duff, for an incompleted pass.
And he looks very tall, Ron. What size is he? Looks like a very tall end. Little pop pass as he comes from the right side. It'll be quick right over the middle. Altman there getting set, throws it, and just off of his hands, almost intercepted there. It could have been, but a little bit deflected, a little bit too far.
6'6", 210.
6'6", so he's got good
target.
size. Yeah.
Good target. Third down and 9. The D is being called by the Park fans. This very important third down situation to start the second half of play for Waukesha South. Altman back to pass again. He's looking, he's firing, and out of the hands of his intended receiver that time, number 43, Shearer.
Well, he was
slipping out of
open,
his
Ron,
hands.
and that ball was right there. Another nice throw by Altman. I really like the way he really zips that ball in there. And it was right in his hands, but apparently a little bit too slick. It went right through, and Park's going to get the ball here, and they're going to have good field position. Waukesha is going to be kicking against the wind.
Duff getting ready to kick, and it was a high snap, but he is a high guy, and there you see that kick going to bounce at the 44-yard line.
And that was a high kick. It went up in the air, and then the wind really seemed to have a gust there and push it backwards, and Park has got fantastic field position here to start.
They have the ball at the 43-yard line. The statistic I was going to bring up before, John, with Moss, 2,052 yards, 29 touchdowns for the year. Waukesha South, 2,074 yards rushing, and they have had 30 touchdowns. So the whole team of South have outrushed Moss by about 20 yards going into this ball game, and Moss getting collared that time for a loss of 2.
Yeah, again, trying to go to the left side with a pitch sweep. That seems to be Waukesha's strength, is the right side of their defensive line. And Brent doesn't get much, if anything at all there. It looks like he loses about 2 yards.
2nd and 12 situation.
I think they got to try the pitch sweep the other way.
Park with the wind here in the 3rd quarter of play. And the handoff to Moss. He looked like he was going to go to the outside and then cut it back up into the middle. As he gets on over the 40-yard line to the 39. So a pickup of 6 yards on the play.
Seems like they have a little bit more success going to the right.
Running away from Duff, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of teams that played Waukesha South ran to the right, because Duff is the door there on the left-hand side. Back to pass, Spranger going deep. Jacklin over his head, incomplete. Now 4th down situation, and once again Spranger is down with that rush put on by Waukesha South.
Yeah, I think he threw the ball correctly, but I think with the wind it helped it. It helped get a little bit past his offensive receiver and just out of his reach.
Park going to have to kick the ball away here on a 4th and 6 situation. Exactly 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter of play. 7-7 tie. A ball game that is turning out much like we thought was going to turn out here tonight. Hoping you're enjoying it. And it's a little warmer where you are. The kick by Dawkins going towards the sideline, and it's a nice kick because that goes inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line. So
yes, a nice kick. He looked like he was even aiming for that corner, and he did a nice job of getting it, and they are placing it inside the 10-yard line. So a nice kick, and it's not very good field position for Waukesha South to start their 2nd possession in the 2nd half.
You've got a long ways to go, 91 yards. And that snow is just driving south to north here at Horlick Field tonight. 1st down for the Black Shirts. Their 2nd possession here of the 3rd quarter of play. And the handoff. And not a lot of running room that time. Get with the ball as he gets up over to about the 13-yard line. So a pickup of 4 on the play, where it'll be 2nd down and 6. Any way to keep warm, a blanket down on the sidelines there with the Panther and everybody's numbers on. 2nd and, well, the clock says 7, but it looks like 6 yards to go for the 1st down here. Altman back to pass, fakes, then he puts that one up, and it's picked off by Malcolm Moss. He gets that ball at the 36-yard line. And Malcolm Moss, that's one person we did not talk about. He was hurt in that ball game against Washington last week, John. And they were a little bit concerned. They called his parents up to Milwaukee, and he was okay, and he just played center field on that one and picked it off.
Okay, watch this. Altman will fake first. He'll fake that pass, and then he'll throw long. At this time, right now, Moss already had it. While it was in the air, he knew exactly where that ball was going to come down. He played it perfectly and gets that interception, and now Park takes over 1st and 10.
First, as the flag goes down, Moss going straight ahead down to the 30, but let's see what the call is going to be. First big turnover of this football game here.
Well, actually, Ron, we have been pretty penalty-free.
Yes.
Is this the second penalty that I think?
Both
really?
against Park. So the nice gain is negated here, a 5-yard penalty as the ball goes back to the 41-yard line, where it'll be a first down and 15 on the procedure. 7:35 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Springer barking out the signals, and he gives it to Moss. Not a lot of running room, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. But that's going to be it, as a lot of white shirts, the black shirts, Waukesha South, covering that hole very quickly. And I don't care how you run, when you have about 7 people in front of you there, it's going to be awful tough to get any yardage. So
well, other than that first series where Park scored the touchdown, Waukesha's defense has been very tough.
They really tighten it up, mixing it up. So a 2nd down situation, 2nd down and 14. Springer back to pass. He fires, and it's a high pass, incomplete. Dangerous play that time, as going up to try to pull that one down was Corey Simmons, number 89, a 5'11", 172-pound senior. But that defender for Waukesha South was back there and almost picked that ball off before it went off to his hands.
And Dan was throwing it while he was on the run, going to the right side, and he wasn't really set before he released the ball.
Another big 3rd down situation for the Park Panthers. 3rd down and 16 to go here. They are at the 43-yard line. Dawkins in motion. And it's going to go to Dawkins, and he's got some running room. He's inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line, and John, I think he just got that first down by about a yard.
Well, what a beautiful play there by Park High School. It looked like it was going to the right. J.C. Dawkins gets that handoff, and he goes around the left and gets that big gain. And what a beautiful play for Park High School. Let's see if we can see that again, Ron. Let's watch this develop. Dawkins going in motion to the right. The pitch sweep over to Moss, and then the handoff to Dawkins coming left. 3 tacklers get him out of bounds, and a nice gain, and Park High School's on the move, 1st and 10.
23-yard line, 6:32 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. And the handoff goes to Moss. He gets down to close to the 20-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 3 yards. But again, the yardage is not getting any easier for Moss. Just short of the 20-yard line that time, a pickup of 2. So it's going to be 2nd down and 8. And an equipment problem, as you get to see Moss fixing his helmet here. Don't miss Comedy's Dirtiest Dozen. This film, or the film you won't see on HBO or Showtime, is now on pay-per-view Saturday, November 4th. Tune in to Preview Channel 1 or call the telecable offices for information on how you can order this all-star comedy lineup. 2nd down situation, 2nd down and 8, 5:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And the handoff to Moss again. He's at the 20, he's at the 15, fights his way down close to the 10-yard line, and it's going to be very close for a 1st down.
A little more success going to the right side for Brent Moss. There's the handoff. He looks like he's going to the right, and then he plants his foot and goes up the middle, and he's using John Christoph, his right guard, and Darren Anderson, his center, for that hole, and he gets that gain, and they're going to measure it for the first down.
Going to be close enough to measure, and from our angle, we can't tell, but they say, yes, indeed, he did get the first down. So Park with the ball at about the 12-yard line, 13-yard line, let's make it. First down and 10, 7-7 score. Witherspoon, number 44, in the backfield with Moss. And again, Moss with the carry. He's at the 10. He breaks one tackle. He gets down to about the 7-yard line, and there is an injured player on the field. He was slow getting up there. They had pointed at him, but he's getting up. Darren Anderson, a 6'3", 202-pound senior. And again, Moss breaking away from a couple tackles here, John.
Well, again, going to the strength of Waukesha South, that left side of Park High School's line. And there you see Brent, 3-4 people on his back, and he carries them those extra yards.
A good gain on the play, picking up 5. Second down and 5 situation. Anderson coming out of the ball game. He looks okay. He's got to come out for one series, and then he'll probably go back in there. Park on the drive. And the handoff goes to Dawkins at the 5, and he's very close to the goal line. He will have the first down. And you talked about a big league move before by Moss. That was a big league move by Dawkins that time, John.
Well, J.C. Dawkins using that counter play. They look like they're going to the right. They come back left, and Dawkins looking for that opening. There you see that opening, and he slides toward the end zone. It looked like he slid, but he was down before he got past the end zone.
So a first and goal situation for the Park Panthers, trying to take the lead for the second time in this ball game. The handoff, Moss driving straight forward, touchdown.
Right at the strength of Waukesha South, using the left side of the Park High School line. Dan Anderson and Solomon Hutchinson there, the guard and the tackle. And Moss follows them into the end zone for 6 points. So right at the moment, it's 13-7 with 4:43 to go in the third quarter. And Ben Jacquelin's going to try that extra point.
Touchdown number 30 on the season for Moss. And the snap, the place down, the kick is up there. And it is good. 14-7 our score. And touchdown number 30 for Lawson. Let's see it.
Okay, a handoff by Dan Spranger, and powers his way into the end zone for the 6 points.
So Park up by 7 now, 14-7.
You know, we have to give credit to Malcolm Moss there. He's the one that started it off. He got that interception, and they had such good field position, and then Park took it in for the score. So, you know, you got to give Malcolm Moss a lot of credit to give Park that ball in that position and then eventually score that touchdown, that go-ahead touchdown.
We talk about the big plays that Park has made all year. Last Tuesday night when we were out here, Moss with the runs of over 60 yards on 3 touchdown runs. You talk about the big plays on defense, and as you said, Malcolm Moss with that interception to give the offense a chance to get the ball in good field position and drive it down, and they did to take the lead. Witherspoon with the kick, slipping a little bit, and he returns that ball, breaking away, and again they're going to have great field position, and he's spinning away. He's got one man to beat. And a great run down the sidelines into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, we talk about what a strong runner he is, and he picked that ball up, or as he picked that ball on the kickoff, it looked like he slipped slightly, but then he just kept running straight ahead down the field, and he had enough blockers to help him out, and then he just kept going all the way down the field for a big touchdown, and all of a sudden that lead has disappeared.
That is one of the finer runs we have seen this year, and we have seen a lot.
Yeah, that was a very exciting run. He's such a big, strong runner, and he was not going to be stopped.
You know, one of the tough situations here is timeout, as I believe that's Altman on the sidelines there. He took a hard hit over there. And the quarterback for Waukesha South, if he is hurt in this ballgame, that would...
We were so excited when Park High School scored that touchdown, and we got a lead here. You know, it's been such a defensive battle, and now then on the kickoff, a touchdown is scored, and now you're down to the lows, where Waukesha is back into the ballgame.
And it only took 22 seconds. The extra point try is good. And as I said, this is one of the finest touchdown runs we have seen this year, and let's get a look at it one more time.
A nice kickoff by Weatherspoon, a good deep kick, and you see him even slip there, and then he just takes off up the middle of the field. People hands all over him, but he keeps those feet moving. Again, two more people had a shot at him. Nice blocking there. Three people from Waukesha stopped that Park Panther from making that desperation tackle, and then once he got by that last man, it was 6 points.
Great effort, but that's the first time in a long time we've seen a lot of missed tackles by the blue and orange.
Yeah, a lot of hand tackles or a lot of arms tackles. They didn't actually hit him with a shoulder and knock him down.
95 yards as the Waukesha South players are trying to get their fans up over on the far side, and they should be at 4:21. We are tied. Kalsma, Dawkins back to receive, and the ball going off the tee, and Corin will get ready to kick it again. Just a classic football game, which we expected here tonight. Short kick, and being returned to the 36-yard line. Smith with the carry.
And I think that field is getting a little bit slippery. The last two times now that people have had that ball, they've slipped. So that field, that this driving snow must be accumulating down there, and it's starting to cause some foot problems.
And it looks a little bit more like rain than snow right now. First down situation for Park. Tied at 14 in this football game. And the handoff goes to Moss as he picks up 5-6 yards on the play. He gets up over the 40-yard line to the 42. Second down and 4 situation.
I have a feeling, Ron, that this is going to go all the way down to the wire. We're seeing some great high school football tonight.
This is what it's all about. And Springer did not like something that he saw back there, and he called a timeout. Phil Dobbs going out to talk to his troops. Basketball begins Tuesday, December 12th. Prairie taking on Racine Lutherans over at Racine Lutheran at the Crusaders Gymnasium. Midwest Classic Conference boys battle. December 12th at 10:30 right here on Channel 4B. We are the one to watch for all Racine area high school football and basketball as we begin another season with all the teams in the Racine area. Just tuning in, that is our score, 14-14, 3:21 left to go in the third quarter of play. And I think we've added a few more people since this ball game has started too. Second down, 4 situation for Park. And the handoff to Moss. He breaks it to the 45. And he's up to the 48, 49-yard line. Determination time as Moss getting up to the 49.
Okay, replay here. Dan Springer handing off to Brent Moss, going up the left side and gets through that opening and then breaks 2 tackles before it takes 2 other Waukesha South black shirts to bring him down.
Pickup of 7 on the play. First down and 10 at the 49. 2:55 in the third quarter. We're tied at 14. And the handoff to Reese. Reese to the midfield stripe, picking up a yard on the play.
A tough yard, too. He was tackled very hard there and really knocked to the ground.
Great fundamentals for Waukesha South with their tackling here tonight.
Nice to see Mike Rupp now, the activities director from Park High School, up here near the booth with his son Mark here. Brought him up to the booth to show him our view of the game here and enjoying our fantastic game here we're seeing from Horlick Field.
He has had a busy couple of days. A pass to Dawkins. He's got it. And down the sidelines he goes. Touchdown Park.
Well, I have to say, and I'm going to say this again. I've said it before, I've said it again, that I think J.C. Dawkins is probably the most versatile player that they have on Park High School's team. He is so valuable. Not only can he run with the ball, but he's got fantastic hands, and he can catch that ball. And you saw what he could do. Once he receives that ball, he goes down that sideline, and he danced right down the sideline, and the referee just followed him right behind him all the way to make sure he wasn't out of bounds, and he scores 6.
We had to wait that time because from our vantage point, the extra point is good. I didn't know if he had stepped out of bounds or not, and as you said, the official followed him down the sidelines. Let's see it again.
Okay, and one of these good plays that you're going to see, one of the better plays that we've seen tonight. Danny Springer going back, has time, sets up, hits Dawkins, and then right up the sideline, dances there to make sure he doesn't go out of bounds and into the end zone. You know, I really think that Dawkins is very, very valuable to this team.
Did you see that move, though? Just kind of slowed up and then just went to the outside. Great move by Dawkins. 21-14, 2:06 in the third quarter of play. And boy, what action we have seen in the last 2 minutes and about 43 seconds here. 21 points on the board after a 7-7 tie at half.
Well, I thought the game last week against Waukesha was exciting, but this one is against Washington is very exciting. But tonight is just unbelievably fun to be here, Ron.
And the kick, and it's off the hands, and he's going to have to bring it out. Now he brings it out, and
what are they calling? They say he downed it in the end zone?
They're saying that he downed it in the end zone. So it'll be a first down situation for Waukesha South. And the defense once again needing to go to work here. Again, this crowd has all night long trying to get the defense fired up. And the handoff, the misdirection, nowhere to go. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but it looks like he lost a couple of yards.
Now that's their form of the counter play, where they look like they're going to the right and then the man in motion comes back left. But Park High School was there to stop it for, is that a loss we have?
A loss of 2 on the play. Well, I'll tell you what, as a defense, when you look at that counter play all the time in practice, when somebody else throws it against you, it could almost be called a counterproductive type play. And you saw it there, a loss of 2. Second down and 12. The waning minutes of the third quarter of play. The pass complete. The first down yardage. Making the grab that time. Number 16, Craig Amont. 5'10", 160 pounds.
Okay, I really like the way that this quarterback throws the ball. He has, look how hard he throws that ball, and it's a real nice spiral and hits him right in the numbers, and it's a first down for Waukesha.
First down and 10 situation. They have the ball at the 34-yard line. And the handoff. Slipping away from the tackle and then bouncing back to the original line of scrimmage is Getch. Picked up maybe a half a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9. What a big day for Waukesha South High School. You know, the football team is here tonight, and the girls volleyball team playing in the Class A state tournament up in Oshkosh. They left for Oshkosh this morning. So a lot of activity going on up at that school. And of course, Horlick is up at the girls volleyball in the Class A too, and we wish them the very best of luck this weekend. Down to 14 seconds here in the 3rd quarter of play. Altman looking to pass, fires complete. Enough for the 1st down as he has it at the 46-yard line. And that probably is our last play of the 3rd quarter of play. As we're down to 4 seconds, they start the clock, and that is going to be the last play. 21-14 our score after 3 quarters of play. 12 minutes to Madison coming up after these messages. Park leading 21-14 along with John Pomgren. I'm Ron Shaw. The 4th quarter of play. As the more like of rain. No gain whatsoever. Number 75 coming up there is Ziegler. He just put a stop to him that time for a loss of yardage.
Well, he was in there so quickly. As soon as the Waukesha South got the ball, he put that shoulder into him and put him to the ground. He is so strong. Okay, there's the man in motion. The handoff, and there's Ziegler right there as soon as he gets the ball and puts him to the ground.
So a 2nd down situation, 2nd down and 11. South with 2 receivers, flank to the right. Back to pass over the middle, incomplete. And a great job that time coming up to knock the ball away. Number 61 for Park. Fuentes, 5'10", 190-pound junior. He just reached in and knocked that ball away that time, John.
Yeah, I think the ball was thrown a little bit too hard and, of course, a little bit low. But I don't think anybody really had a good chance at that one, and it was incomplete.
So a big 3rd down situation coming up for Waukesha South here. As now it looks like the rain has slowed down immensely. Back to pass, firing it over the middle, and it almost intercepted by Reese that time. He just couldn't hold on to it.
Oh, I think he saw daylight and he started to run before he actually had the ball, but good position by him to knock that ball away. Too bad he didn't make that interception, but he was in the right spot.
So a 4th down, and Duff is going back to kick that ball away. Dawkins, Talsma, back to receive. As he angles one now, and over the head. And they're going to have great field position, and he just cannot touch it. It's a touchback. Altman going down that time and got his hands on the ball, but just couldn't control it.
Ron, I thought for sure that he touched it about 2 inches before it crossed the plane. But apparently he didn't hit it, and it went into the end zone, and Park is going to get it on the 20. I think Park gets a big break there. It could have very easily been touched by Waukesha, and they could be starting at a deep, deep hole.
But as we learned earlier this year, you have to down that ball, as we had on one of the earlier ball games this year. So it's a 1st down and 10 situation, 20-yard line. 10:57 left to go in the 4th quarter of play. Park leading by 7. And the handoff straight up the middle. Getting to the original line of scrimmage and maybe picking up a yard on the play is Moss. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9. Very important part of the ball game now for Park. They want to keep the ball. They want to keep getting the 1st downs, getting the yardage, and run time off the clock, leading by 7 here. And the handoff, the misdirection. Dawkins slipping a little bit. And the fumble. And South has recovered. A break for Waukesha South as they have the ball at the 21-yard line, and we'll have to see here how it slipped out.
Well, we see JC going in motion there, and then he slips, and then he gets up and goes again, and then as he is dragged down, it looks like the ball is stripped away, and Waukesha recovers. Now they have a fantastic field position here.
They have the ball at the 21-yard line, first down and 10. And the handoff, slipping away from one tackle, number 37, Colander, as he gets inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
I really think that field is starting to really get slippery now, and
yep.
You can see that everybody is starting to slip now, not just the ball carriers.
Second down, 5 to go, 9:30 left to go in the football game. Waukesha South has come back 2 other times in this football game to tie the score, trying to do it again. Straight up the middle, bouncing off and trying to get away from the blue shirts of Racine Park, and he can't do it this time. Smith coming up. Looked like Fuentes again, number 61, coming up to put a tackle on him. See it again here, John, as he looked like he was trying to pop to the outside, a brick wall, and you know, he is so good, though, at turning the direction and heading for another direction. Park just covering it well that time.
Well, it looked like he ran into his own man and then tried to find a new path around the right side, and that's where the Panthers were, and put him down.
Lost 4 on the play, third down and 9. Back to pass, a rush is on, firing wide open, complete. He's at the 5. He's inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line, or he's at the 6-yard line. He had caught that ball inside the 10, and he went down to the 6-yard line where it'll be a first down for the Black Shirts.
Well, I think Waukesha really has a nice passing attack here. Altman throws the ball so well, and they run good patterns to get their people open, and that time he was wide open, and now they're knocking on the door.
First and goal at the 6. Waukesha South trying to score here, and getting to the 5 and just reaching over the 5 for a short gain. So it'll be a second down situation. Second down and goal to goal, just inside the 5. And Waukesha South going to take a timeout here. First timeout here in the second half for Waukesha South. So both teams have used a timeout here at the 7:51 mark of the fourth quarter of play. 21-14, Park up on top, as you see on the scoreboard.
As I remember, the last time Waukesha took a timeout, as they were near the end zone, the very next play they scored. So the coach must be talking about the play and what play they want to run, and make sure that everybody has their assignments correct.
Key turnovers in this football game. A Moss interception, and Park took it in to score, and it looked like, as you had said, John, somebody knocking the ball away from Dawkins that time. That ball is awful slippery with the wetness. And the recovery from Waukesha South, and now they are trying to turn that turnover into 6 points and 7 to tie it up. Second down, goal, 5-yard line. Long count here, and it looked like people jumping offside. Now let's see if they were drawn off. Park was drawn off, or there was movement in the line for Waukesha South, and they say that it's going to be against Park.
Yeah, they were anticipating the count there, and apparently Waukesha had that plan that they were going to go on a different count and try to draw them off. And that plan worked, and now they're that much closer to scoring a touchdown.
Ball going half the distance to the goal. Second down and goal situation. Two wide receivers to the right. And the handoff. Bolander bowling his way close to the goal line. Colander that time carrying the ball as he gets inside the 2 to about the 1 yard line. So it'll be a third down and goal situation. 7:20 in the fourth quarter. The battle of the trenches here. Carrying it. And they say no, he does not have it. Short of the goal line. The brick wall setting up for Park. And there you see about a foot, John, I think they're measuring here, with a fourth down and about a foot to go.
And Park doing a nice job here of putting forth an effort on that goal line defense. Doing all they can to stop Waukesha from scoring here, and they have to hold them one more time.
Big play here for the Park defense. Everyone bunched to the middle. The handoff, the drive, the touchdown, Waukesha South.
Yeah, he sliced from right to left, going in on the left side of their center. Looked like he went over Gardner, the center, and Richmond, the left guard, and into the end zone for the 6 points. And they're within a point of tying this ball game, 21-20, with 6 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. They're going for the tie here.
Corwin getting ready to kick the ball. The place down, the kick is up. It is good. We are tied for the third time in this ball game, 21-21. Little bit of power running for this third touchdown, John.
Well, the fumble turns into 6 points for Waukesha South as Gick is going to take it here into the end zone, going from right to left and into the end zone for the 6. And the extra point is good. So now we're back to even. 6 minutes and 26 seconds left to go in this ball game, and we really have a good one tonight.
So Park getting the ball again here. Brent Moss back to receive along with J.C. Dawkins. Corwin getting ready to kick the ball off at the 40-yard line. Kicking with the wind here in the fourth quarter of play. Going to be a short kick. Smith knocking it down, picking it up straight forward. Spinning away from one as he gets up close to the 38-yard line. So Park, good field position. And John Smith just doing what he had to do that time, grabbing the ball, just going straight forward, making sure he held on to it.
Well, he made some good yardage out of that after the ball scurrying away from his hands. He picks it up and then goes up the right side and fights off a few tacklers, but made a very nice run and gives Park good field position here.
First down and 10 situation. We're approaching the 6-minute mark of this football game. Moss with the carry over the 40 to the about the 42-yard line that they're going to mark it at. Pick up of 4 on the play. Second down and 6.
Two excellent teams just battling it out here all the way this whole game, where you got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go and it's still undecided here, and both teams just playing their hearts out.
And the handoff going to go to Reese. He's got an opening along the right side, and he slips away from one tackle and he gets inside the 20 down to about the 19. The sophomore with a great run.
Just explosive there. It looked like There was nothing fancy done. He just went around the right side and he found an opening, and he just scampers down the right sideline for a big gain, and that's exactly what Park needed.
You know, the big
boost in the arm here.
The big plays as we watch Reese again with this carry.
Okay, Reese, the up man, takes it, and it looks like he's going up the middle, and then he cuts to the outside, and now showing speed himself until the last man available pushes him out of bounds.
At the 20-yard line, first down and 10. The handoff to Moss. He's at the 15. He's at the 14-yard line. You know, the thing I was going to mention before, John, we talk about the big players for Park High School. We talk about the Moss. We talk about the Dawkins. We talk about the Jacqueline, and really the one person we hadn't talked about offensively was Reese, and he turned that big play when they were looking for Moss to carry the ball.
Well, one of two people who go both ways for Park High School. He does such a great job at linebacker, and now at fullback he comes in with a very big play, and it really gives Park a boost in the arm here and gives them such a great opportunity here in the fourth quarter.
Park taking a timeout. That's their second timeout here. Of the second half, they'll have one more remaining. Don't miss Comedy's Dirtiest Dozen. The film you won't see on HBO or Showtime is now on pay-per-view. Saturday, November 4th. Tune to Preview Channel 1 or call the telecable office for information on how you can order this all-star comedy lineup. You see one of the many signs that we have here at Horlick Field tonight. Phil Dobbs talking to his troops. He has seen his football team in a battle here tonight. Second down and 4 situation now for Park. You know, it's great to see these fans, young and old, on their feet cheering here, wanting Park to take the lead again. Moss with the carry. He's at the 20, trying to find a blocker. He's got one. He's inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Well, another great run by Brent Moss.
Isn't it amazing, Ron? It looks like he's going to the outside, and then all of a sudden he just plants that foot and cuts inside, and he's down, knocking on the door here. Park High School, here we go. Let's see this instant replay. Springer handing off to Moss, following his blocking around the right side there. Then all of a sudden he sees an opening, and he takes it, and he goes up the middle. And here we go, knocking at the door.
First and goal, 2-yard line for Park. To Moss. He's pounded as he gets to the line that time, and no gain, maybe lost a yard.
Well, both teams, what good goal line defenses that they have. Park doing a nice job at the other end before Waukesha scores, and now Waukesha comes back and they have to play tough goal line defense, and that showed us how tough they are against the goal line.
Get a chance here. Let's take a look at the Moss meter again. We're going to get that in just a little bit here as we're seeing if Park can score a touchdown. And the handoff going again to Moss. Touchdown, Park once again. He says, yeah, another 6.
Number 65, Dan Anderson, leading the way there. He just helped Brent Moss, and Brent Moss is right behind him. And then Brent cuts into the end zone for 6 points, and Park now is up 27-21, and Jacqueline's going to attempt the extra point.
The play's down, the kick is up. It is good, and once again, 28-27, 28-21, excuse me, 28-21.
Moss goes into the end zone for the touchdown. 28-21 for Park High School. We've got 3:23 to go.
You know, I got caught with what you were doing last Tuesday night when you looked at the scoreboard and they were in the process of changing. That's why it said 28-27. But it is 28-21. 3:23 left to go in this football game. And I see a few people walking down over on the other side. I don't know if they're leaving or not, but boy, this is a long ways from over, the way this thing is going tonight.
Well, they must be going for that hot chocolate. I wish I had the hot chocolate concession tonight.
That and the coffee. Witherspoon getting ready to kick it off one more time here. He's kicking into the wind. The kick, it's a short kick. And it's rolling. A lot of white shirts laying on that ball out there at the 31-yard line, and that's where Waukesha South will have it. First down and 10.
Yeah, they didn't even attempt to pick it up and try to go forward with the ball. They were just happy just to lay on it and start from there.
3:20 left to go in this football game. Waukesha South coming back 3 times so far in this football game. Trying to come back once more, and Parks is trying to stop on the pass, and incomplete. Intended for number 43. Shearer.
And again, it was right there. It just went right through his hands. He couldn't hold on to the ball. But the play was there. He was open, and the ball was there, but he just couldn't hold on to it.
3:03 left in the football game. Second down and 10. Back to pass, firing it. It's complete. Looking to pass, and now he's going to run with that ball. Number 16, who made a catch before, is also a quarterback for Waukesha South. Armand. We're going to take a look at, they're going to hurry up offense here with 3rd down and 7. Altman back to pass again, firing complete. First down, it's going to be very close.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to measure that one from where the official is putting his foot. I think they're going to measure it again and see where it is, see if it is a first down or not.
Very, very close to the first down yardage, and they say they do have the first down. They are not going to measure on this play. 2:29. We have lost our monitor up here, just for anybody down in the truck, so you know. So we don't see it. Back to pass, Altman again, firing complete. Fighting for some extra yardage. Colender, as he's inside the 35 down to the 33. They're going to say that he is down at the 35. It is a first down. 2:15 left to go in this football game.
Well, I've said before during this game that Waukesha has an excellent passing game here, and now they're into their quick offense here. They're not going into huddles, and I think Altman is doing a fantastic job of throwing that ball. They have a very good passing attack, and they can strike quickly.
Back to pass, fakes again, firing it. It's complete. At the 20, down to the 17, and a great job by Altman that time, just faking it a couple of times, putting the ball up in a great grab. Another first down situation, exactly 2 minutes to go in the game, 28-21. Park up on top of Waukesha South.
Well, we talked about going down to the wire, and it certainly is with 1:55 left on the clock.
19-yard line, passing again, incomplete. Colender that time slipping, getting a piece of the ball on his hands, and he just could not make the grab of it.
Well, what happened there, but it was a little bit to his right, and that is he tried to plant his foot and come back and get the ball. He slipped, and he couldn't grab it as the ball went out of bounds, and he just couldn't make that reception.
1:50 left to go in this football game. Second down and 10. Waukesha South has come up with big plays in this ball game when they needed them. Back to pass once again, looking, firing, incomplete. And again, great defense on the part of Smith and Malcolm Moss that time to knock the ball away. A 3rd down and 10 situation coming up.
Well, he had plenty of time to throw that ball, but as he threw it, again, people are slipping out there, and he couldn't catch his feet to be in the right position to catch that ball, and it's incomplete, and the clock is down to 1:43, and things are really getting exciting.
3rd down and 10, 19-yard line. The defensive Park trying to hold. Altman back again, looking, firing, incomplete. He had it for a second and it just slipped off his hands. He tried to make the grab and just out of his grasp. So it's a 4th down situation. 4th down and 10. 1:38 left to go. And Waukesha South is going to take a timeout.
Well, again, the play was open and the pass was there. It just slipped right through his hands. And J.C. Dawkins was there, but it was a good pass, but he couldn't stop it. And the ball just went through the man's hands. And we're down to 1 minute and 38 seconds left to go in regulation, we have to say now.
And a big 4th down situation for Park. We had talked about at the top of the show, John, the defense and how important the defense was going to be in this ball game. And I'll tell you what, there is not a bigger play than this one coming up here for the Park defense as they try to get the ball back with 1:38 in the game. Just the kind of football game tonight we really expected. And both of these teams have really treated all the fans that have showed up here at Horlick Field here tonight.
Well, I think our snow has gone away, and it is turned to rain here, and it seems like it's a constant mist, a real heavy mist coming down.
Both teams now with 1 timeout, but it all comes down to this, folks. 4th down and 10 for Waukesha South. Park needing the big play to hold for a return trip to Madison. Going deep, firing, touchdown Waukesha South.
Over the shoulder catch, and what a beautiful play there. As he goes down the left side of the line, Altman put it over J.C. Dawkins and right over the shoulder of the receiver, and he reaches up and grabs it, and we're back to 28-27 with 1:32 left to go in the game, and here comes an important extra point.
Very important extra point. Do they go for 2? They got the great kicker, but do you want to win this thing or go into overtime? Let's see what happens here. 1:32 in the ball game. The kick is up there. It is good. We are tied again. We are tied again. What a great touchdown pass here, and as we get a chance to see it on the replay. I'll tell you what, John, this is a big league play here. As you see, the snap right there.
Okay, a very quick pass, too. He didn't look like he had a lot of time to throw it, but when he did throw it, it was right on the money, and it went right over J.C. Dawkins' head and right over the shoulder of the receiver, and a beautiful catch.
You know, and again, Dawkins was beat last week, and as a defender, as a coach, you can't ask any more of your defender, and again, with that play, Dawkins was right on his man. You couldn't have played him any better. It was just an outstanding catch. 1:32 left to go in the football game. 28-28. Park with the lead 4 times in this football game. Waukesha South has tied it up 4 times. Corwin getting ready to kick it off, and he drives one down. And that'll go into the end zone over the head of Dawkins, and that's where Park will start at the 20-yard line. 1st down. 28-28 is our score. The Panthers of Park.
Oh, we need that patented big play now with 1:32, and we've got a long ways to go to get to that end zone. We need that one of those patented long yardage gains for Park High School.
Dawkins in motion. The handoff. Moss nowhere to go, and he is brought down the line, behind the line of scrimmage. .120 and the clock is ticking, and a timeout is going to be called here. Official timeout.
And it's Brent's helmet again giving them problems. Maybe one of the ear pads or something is coming loose and he's snapping it back on there.
Lost 3 yards on the play. A second down and 17 situation. Get a chance to see the Moss meter here. 176 yards, 29 carries, 6.5 yard average. Minute 5 left to go in regulation. Back to pass. Firing it up. Incomplete. Just short of Moss that time.
Good fake by Dan Spranger to J.C. Dawkins. And then he's going to his left and he throws that ball, and it was just a little bit behind Brent. He couldn't come back and get the ball, but it was a good play. He was open.
Third down situation now. Third down and 13. 57 seconds left to go in regulation time in the fourth quarter here. The handoff, the fake, the handoff, and Spranger's going to run with it. Looking to go to the inside, and it looked like that time, John, that he wanted to flip the ball to Dawkins, and the good coverage by Waukesha South. Waukesha South now taking a timeout as they will get the ball back. This is their last timeout. We have 46 seconds left to go. Timeout on the field, Waukesha South. Shearer is going to go back into single man, deep man position here. J.C. Dawkins going to have to kick the ball away. 46 seconds left to go. Park kicking into the wind. And Dawkins is going to run it. He's got some room to the outside. He's going to have the first down and more. You know, John, just before that play materialized, he pointed to one of the people on the right side where he wasn't really crazy where he was lined up. He dropped that ball, but he picked it up and he got the first down. Another big play.
Ron, I think that was planned all the way. It looked like he was going to be running, but then the ball slipped out of his hands. There you see he missed the ball, and then he picks it up again, and then he takes off, and he goes around that left side, and that just shows another way of how J.C. Dawkins is so valuable to this team. He punts, and he can run the ball.
Firing at incomplete with 16 seconds to go. Dawkins intended for him. Again, the pressure by Waukesha South.
Well, things are so slippery down on the field, it's hard to get your footing and make those cuts to make those receptions. And it looked like even the ball slipped a little bit out of Spranger's hand as he threw the ball. So Park High now has 16 seconds left on the clock.
16 seconds. A time for another big play by Park. They just keep getting bigger, don't they? Spranger back to pass. He's looking the screen to Moss. Moss cutting it back up, and he is driven. See if he went out of bounds. The clock is ticking. 4, 3, 2, and a timeout is being called with 2 seconds to go for Park. 2 seconds to go. And it looks like Spranger, John, is holding that hand again.
It looks like he got his fingers jammed or something, the way he's pulling on his hand.
You know, I always think it's one of the greatest things of being up here. And a lot of times we have the other coaches from other teams up in the press box right to the left of us. And I always enjoy on a screen pass when everybody up here starts yelling screen and screen, screen to the players on the field, as if it's being run the other way, if they're going to hear them or not.
Yeah, we get all the scouts up here and with their headphones, and they're screaming down to the teams. Yeah, you can anticipate it because you can see the play develop, and everybody starts screaming and yelling. Well, everybody can see it because we got such a great vantage point.
Of course, in the defense, though, too, one usually has the headphones on in communication with the other side of the field with their bench. Situation, 2 seconds to go. Third down situation. At this point, the third down isn't as important as the yardage to go. 53 yards. 53 yards to go for the winning touchdown for Park High School. Jacqueline to the bottom half of your screen. Dawkins in motion. And another reverse. Dawkins getting the ball. And a great job that time by Colander to knock him down. And we are tied after regulation time. 28-28. Colander, John, really did a nice job to cut that play off. He anticipated.
Well, Jacqueline and he were fighting all the way there, pushing Jacqueline trying to block, as waiting for J.C. Dawkins to come around that corner. And as you said, Colander fought it off as long as he could. And then J.C. came around the corner and he made the stop.
You get a good point, or you get a good reason to see why both of these Class A teams, the only two Class A teams in the state of Wisconsin, are 11-0 for the season. Why don't we take a commercial break here, and we'll come back with overtime period right after this. Going first here in the overtime period, what will happen is both teams will get the ball at the 10-yard line. They will have 4 plays, 4 chances to get the ball into the end zone to score. If one team does, then the next team will do it. And then we go from there.
Well, each team gets 4 downs to score. If one of them scores and the other one doesn't, they win. If neither of them score, we'll do it again. If both teams scores, we'll do it again. So I think we got everything covered here.
I'll tell you what, though. I still, in a tournament football, I'm real sorry, I still would like sudden death. I realize that maybe it's not appropriate at the high school level, but I still would like sudden death, where you kick it off and you go from there.
And that's an opinion.
Yes, that's my editorial opinion. So Park will get the first opportunity. They are going with the wind here in the overtime period. In a football game that many Racine people and many Waukesha people are going to be talking about for many years to come here tonight. The handoff to Moss. He's down to the 6. He picked up 4 yards on the play. Just outside the 5-yard line. So this is the second play now, and a timeout is going to be called by Waukesha South, as they waited for Park to come out to see what kind of offense that they looked like they were going to be running, and they called a timeout. High school basketball is right around the corner, December 12th, Tuesday night at 10:30. Prairie taking on Racine Lutheran over at Racine Lutheran. We hope that you will be with us on that Tuesday night. Boys action from the Crusaders Gymnasium.
How many timeouts does each team get?
So a timeout taken by Waukesha South. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if you have any idea, but I do not know how many timeouts teams will get in the overtime period.
I don't know either, but I'll guess one for every 4 downs. Guess. That's a pure guess.
So the second attempt here by Park High School. Spranger rolling out, and he is sacked. Down he went at about the 14-yard line, and he is very slow in getting up.
He's taken a lot of punishment tonight. And that time he got hit behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was rolling left. He was going to throw a pass to his left side, but Waukesha came on him very quickly and nailed him to the ground.
So it's a third down situation. Now the ball back at the 14-yard line. The handoff to Moss. He's back down to the original line of scrimmage at the 10.
And he was just simply tripped up on that play. No one really made the tackle. They just stuck their arm out. And as he was trying to go over them, he tripped and fell and onto the ground and back to the 10-yard line.
Just outside the 10. So this is the last chance right now that Park will have, and Jacqueline is going to try to kick the field goal. The attempt, a 27-yard attempt here. High snap, the kick is down, the kick is good, just in the corner of the goal line.
Ron, when that ball left, I thought for sure it was going to the right side of the goal line. And then all of a sudden, the way that the angle was is that it just made it inside of the right side of the goal post and in for 3 points. So now Waukesha gets their chance. Now they get 4 more downs. Now they get 4 downs to score.
And Park was going down to the other end of the field, but no, they have to come back. And they will be defending at that end of the field. 31-28. They have not changed the score on the clock yet, but it is 31-28. A 27-yard field goal by Jacqueline. And I don't think anybody is sitting down here. So this is the first attempt now by Waukesha South. The handoff. He's got a lot of running room to the outside. Waukesha South is going to Madison. He just cut back towards the middle, and he saw the opening into the outside. And that is it. 34-31. Waukesha South has defeated Racine Park. Waukesha South now 12-0 this season. Park finishes the year 11-1. The defending Class A champions have been defeated. And John, I guess the reaction on the field of Park High School there tells it all.
Well, Ron, it's difficult for me even to talk now. I really feel this emotion right now. It's such a sad note to end the season like this. Park High School did such a fantastic job this season, and it came down to overtime. And everybody on Park's side feels so badly, but it's sad to end the season this way, but such an outstanding job they did all season. And congratulations to Waukesha South going to Madison, but congratulations to Park High School for another fantastic season.
Congratulations exactly for Waukesha South. They came up with the big plays tonight when they had to all year long. But I tell you what, for some of these people on Park High School, people like Brent Moss, J.C. Dawkins, and I don't want to slight anybody, but guys, from us, we want to thank you for all the thrills and the highlights that you have given us throughout your high school football career, and we really appreciate it. And I'm sure the city of Racine has really appreciated the efforts and the job that you have done throughout your high school career. And we're just sorry that it couldn't have ended on a little bit happier of a note than it did tonight. Let's run down the scoring here in the second half of play. The score tied at 7-7 at halftime. Park coming up with the score with Spranger to Dawkins for 50 yards with 2:06. No, Moss started it out a 2-yard run. 4:43 left to go in the third quarter, and the score was 14-7 after the extra point. Waukesha tying it up on a 95-yard run at the 4:21 mark, and the fans right now giving the Park Panthers a round of applause, and rightfully so. Spranger to Dawkins, 50 yards, 2:06 left to go in the third quarter of play, and then in the fourth quarter, Waukesha South once again coming back to tie it up. Moss taking the lead with a 1-yard run in the fourth quarter at the 3:23 mark. Altman to Scar, a great pass completion with the 1:32 left to go. Jacklin with the kick in overtime, and then the run 34-31, Waukesha South defeating Racine Park. John, any final comments?
Well, Ron, we were treated to a fantastic game here tonight. What else can we say about this? One of the best high school games we've seen in many, many years. Disappointing loss for Park and disappointing for Racine, hoping to get the team into Madison again. But with a